Hello, and welcome to another episode of MightyHighs World. This is episode 76, and last episode we built this glass dome I'm under, and it was a hell of an episode for me. The first time I was using the replay mod, which is super awesome to use, and also the first time I've even built a dome like this, and I'm really happy how it turned out. But we're not going to be working on this today because I think it's about time we actually did a world tour for this season, because I haven't done one before, and all you beautiful people out there have started to subscribe to the channel, so I thought, why not let everyone who's just subscribed and joined the channel to have a look at what we've done so far, because they may not be aware of all the awesome things we've actually done. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we start off with this place here. This was our little starter base we actually started with. So this right here is the place where most of our storage went, basically, and then we had a bed over here and an ender chest, and this whole place was basically filled with chests. You might notice the hole in here, and that's because it's been blown up a couple of times, because I did have an AFK fish farm in here, but I blew it up and then I didn't record it, so I blew it up again to actually show you guys what I did to it, and this is what's happened. And then I've got a couple of little ocelots down here, and they are tamed because they're not running away from me. There should be a little kid around here, but it's probably been despawned or something, but oh well. I'm not entirely sure what to do with these guys. I've just literally chucked them down here for now, and they might be able to get out from that block, so probably should get rid of that. So now they can't get out anyway. So yeah, this is where it all started from, this place right here. So from here, we built our first nether portal, which is this one here, but it's recently been changed. And I got a little bit of nether wart growing up here as well, just so I can keep my supply relatively stocked, although I don't really use this stuff as much as I normally do. So yeah, so then this is our stairs going down to our beacon mine, which used to be our strip mine. I just converted it into our beacon mine. So if we go down here, because we've done quite a lot of strip mining and mining this season, not on camera obviously, because it's really boring just picking a line, going straight, going off 2 blocks, picking a line, going straight, coming back because you're full, and so on and so forth. So that's the reason why I don't really do that stuff on camera. But this is our beacon mine. As you can see, it used to be a strip mine because of all these little holes going off in the distance. And then we have a slime farm over here as well, which I built relatively early on in the season, but it wasn't until I actually got a beacon that I could locate a slime chunk, because slime chunks are notoriously annoying to find. You might think that websites like Chunkbase and them kind of websites work, but from my experience they don't, and yeah, I've just fallen in a hole again. So yeah, as I was saying, Chunkbase and all them kind of websites don't really work as well as they should do, or at least for me, because I've had numerous worlds where I've basically found a chunk, or what's supposed to be a slime chunk, on a website, went to dig it out, dug all the way down to the bottom, and then found out that it's not really a slime chunk, or if it is a slime chunk, it's not spawning. And I've also got a slime chunk over here, noted by this little guy here. So I think if I press F3 and G, this chunk here is also a slime chunk as well. So we could possibly do another slime farm, but I think I'm just going to cover that one up, because we are getting a lot of slime for what we need this season. Although, having saying that, I've got a really cool plan for all the slime we do have. So what do you guys think about putting another slime farm down here? Put it down in the comments below. So let's take our chunk borders off, and then we can go upstairs to another section, and that will be just down these stairs here. So let's go down and see what we can find. So we come across a ravine here, which is just bare and barren because I haven't done anything with it. There is some ideas we could do with it, but I'll leave them on the tables for you guys to decide, because this isn't just about me, it's a community project as well. So any ideas in the comments that are really good ideas, I will most likely add to my base. So if you do have any ideas, then do put it down in the comments. I've had a few comments already which are really good and that I will implement. So when I do that, I will let you guys know, so don't worry about that. So we've got this ravine here, so let's go down and we meet a tunnel round here. This area doesn't really lead to anything because I've blocked it off, because this was the old access point to where we're going, which is over there somewhere. But we need to go the other way, which was left. So let's go there. Should probably do something better with this, to be fair with you, but me being me, I don't really come down here that often. So yeah, I've still got odd jobs to do around here like that, for example. But this is the place where it leads, and this is melon and pumpkin farms over here. Then we've got a sugarcane farm here, which is working and doing pretty well. And then we've got an enchanting system, and this is our skeleton farm, which we used for ages in the early game to get loads of XP. The amount of time I've spent here in the early game getting 30 levels and then enchanting and then finding out it's a horrible enchant is absolutely ridiculous. But that being said, it is a lifesaver and really good for early game. So as you can see, we've got some skeletons that are falling down from here, and then with one whack of your sword normally they die. But I didn't really set this up to be super efficient, it was literally just to get XP. But then I decided, why not just keep all the drops as well. Like, we've got loads of arrows in here. I've taken most of the bones out already, so we've only got a few stacks of bones in here. But yeah, it supplied me with quite a lot of bows and arrows for pretty much the rest of the season. I think we've still got enough for whatever left here as well. And we've still got some pretty decent enchants on these bows, like Unbreaking Free and stuff like that, which I've sorted out. And we've also got a diamond pair of boots there, which came from one of the skeletons. Never again will I probably ever see anything like that, but it's very rare to actually get something like that from a skeleton. Then we've got our enchanting table here, which is a full enchant. This chest normally has lapis in it, but it doesn't at the moment. So yeah, as you can see with these drops as well, they go up this water stream into the chests, and it's not a sorting system, as you can see. It's literally just whatever chest it goes in. These farms, however, have quite a lot of sugarcane in them. You can see that I don't come down here very often, can't you? Like, the amount of sugarcane that's down here is unbelievable. How much melons and pumpkins do we have? Ah, not as many. I think I did actually empty these at one stage, to be fair, but I haven't emptied the sugarcane because I don't really use much sugarcane. The only thing I really use it for is paper for fireworks, and very rarely can you really use it for villagers, because they kind of take a lot of paper and it's not really worth the investment you get from emeralds. So I think if you do want to trade with villagers, you're better off using melons and pumpkins, to be fair, but a bigger farm than this is obviously better, which we'll get to. So let's go to our second point of interest for this episode. Alright, so the second point I was talking about is this massive building here. So this took part in numerous episodes, and we've pretty much almost completed the final build, apart from detailing, I think. So let's go inside and see what we've got inside. So as you can see, it's a massive building. Let's just try and fly up. It even goes all the way to build height, which is 256, 255, something like that. I can never remember. Let's have a little look. 255 is build height. So yeah, that is ridiculously tall as it is, but you can see a few other bits around our base which we will get to. But this is the entrance. We've got one over on this side and one over on this side, which I haven't done any redstone or anything to, but I do plan on doing something to the entrance. As you can see, it needs a lot of detailing because this is just white concrete at the moment. But let's go inside, and this is a communal living area that I decided to make up, basically. So the plan for this base is that outside is non-livable, like no animal or anything can live on the outside of this base. That's why I'm planning to build a wall around here and why it's in the middle of a jungle. So that's the lore of this place. I haven't done any terraforming, but I do plan on doing that relatively soon. So inside here is a communal area where the rich people live. So if they've got enough money, they can survive, and if not, then you kind of have to die because you can't live. That sounds really morbid, but this is like a really dystopic future, hence why I've chosen to do a futuristic build and why I'm using loads of white and quartz basically. And this build actually turned out really cool. So we've got our living areas over here. We've split it into two houses on each corner, so there's two on this house. As you can see, downstairs we have a living room kind of place with a few little drinks and stuff like that, and then upstairs we have our bedroom with loads of little furnishings and stuff like that as well, which I think turned out really cool considering I'm not really good at interiors. This is probably the best I could do, and it turned out really good for my capabilities of building, so I'm really happy about this. And they're all kind of similar, so if we go into here, for example, you can see the similarity but differences as well of where everything's placed, and up here as well. Also, some are bigger than others, as you've noted, because this side is a lot bigger than that side, for example, and then I think this one's probably the biggest one. So if we go in here, you can see how much room there is compared to other ones, and then we go upstairs, and then we've got a massive bedroom up here basically. I do actually use these beds, surprisingly, to sleep sometimes, which is convenient as well. So we've got this area down here, which is, I think, looks really cool, and my base is centered on these 4 blocks here with the beacons as well, which is a really cool little thing to my mind, but you guys might think differently. So yeah, I like to center my base around either 1 or 2 blocks anyway. It's just something I normally do. So yeah, this is the center of the base basically. So let's go up here to where this leads, and this is a bubble elevator which apparently isn't working for some random reason. Okay, what's going on here? Is there a block up there or something? Oh, I've just realized now. Of course. Yes, of course. Basically, I put some nether portals in here and covered up 2 of the entrances to get up here, which I completely forgot about until now. So yeah, this is my storage system, which is a work in progress at the moment. It's not quite finished yet, but there's quite a lot of storage in here. So we've got a impulse SV sorting system going around the whole thing, leading into chests full of various items like quartz. We've got our nether section over here. Then we've got like normal stuff you would always pick up. Sand and gravel is essential for their space, which I've got no sand left. Damn it. I'm gonna have to go sand mining at some point, but we'll leave that for another episode. So these chests I'm just sorting out now. So we've got bits like colours and fuel and stuff like that. This is a potion box which I'm using at the moment because I haven't really got any other place to put them at the moment, because I like to keep things as sorted as possible. It's just the way I work sometimes. So we've got all various items listed here, but items that are valuable that I don't have storage for are pretty much in these chests here. So diamond blocks, all my heads. Clay is quite a valuable resource at the moment, even though I don't use it as much. Cobwebs are still quite valuable. Then I've got some random junk in here that isn't valuable, like dark oak, which I've actually got storage for now. But yeah, as you can see, all these chests are just full of like random valuable items like shulker boxes, diamonds, diamond horse armor, stuff that you wouldn't normally pick up or that doesn't necessarily need bulk storage for. So I've just chucked them in these chests for now, until I sort out my actual storage of the whole thing. Then we've got a few items around here that need sorting but I don't have a home for. Then this over here is our random bulk storage as well for the actual sorting system. So anything that's not sorted will basically just end up here eventually. And we've filled up 3 chests already, so this is probably going to need expanding at some point. So yeah, this is our storage system, and then we've got our god armor on armor stands at the moment. Like, let's take this chest plate for example. All that kind of protection you could have got in 14.2, but unfortunately they've nerfed it. So these are the only 2 sets of god armor I've actually got, although I do have some pretty decent armor on me. You couldn't really call this god armor because a few of the enchants aren't actually on there. The same with that one actually, but this set is my most powerful. So I thought, why not put them on display? So this is the storage system. Then we've got a awesome looking stairs going up. So let's see where this leads. You guys that watch my series will probably already know, but this is a massive fish tank. And the amount of problems I had with this is unbelievable. So I've got a way going up and down. So these bubble elevators will lead you up to here. Then you just flip that switch and then you can go into the water. There is a conduit around here as well, so you can breathe underwater no problem. So the story with this fish tank is it was supposed to be full of loads of aquatic life. Like, you can see a load of fish around, and I put about 20 dolphins in this place at one point, and they've all died for whatever reason. So I decided I'm just not going to bother anymore. I'm just going to put turtles in here instead, which I eventually managed to do. It took a while, but I got them in here in the end. And then this is like, imagine a fish tank but a bigger version of it. So I've put like a rotting boat here, which looks kind of like a boat, but I suppose the design could be a tiny bit better. Then we've got a little house here for the fish, and then on the other side I've split it up into a cold environment, and then this is our hot environment for the fish tank. So we've got another little boat here. Then I'm using a lot of coral. I kind of destroyed a whole coral reef doing this, believe it or not, and this is pretty much all the coral I've had. I've got a few bits and pieces in my base, but not as much as I put down here. And then we've got a little desert looking house under the water, which I think is a cool little design. And then we've got our conduit here, which is pretty awesome. I like these things. My first conduit as well, believe it or not. So yeah, my first conduit, and I decided to put it in a fish tank. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah, and if you're wondering what these are, because I didn't really want to put coral in a cold environment, I thought I'd just make up my own cold coral. So this is what I call cold coral. So this is the fish tank, looking beautiful as ever. So we can get out the way we came in, which is through this tube here. And yeah, I've got a tube going from one end of the room to the other as well, full of water. That's the fish tank. And then we've got a little communal area here full of animals at the moment, because I was planning on making this an animal sanctuary with the aquatic life outside, and then this area would be for all the animals. But it just doesn't make sense to have animals next to a fish tank, to be fair. So I've rethought this area. There is quite a bit of space in here, but you can't really do much considering the shape of it, to be fair with you. But if you have any ideas, as I say, just put them down in the comments. It'd be awesome to see what you guys think. But maybe a few statues or something could be good here. Way, that was close. But yeah, so this is our fish tank, which is our third layer for our massive base. So if we go up again, we have our bulk storage room, which was done fairly recently ago, actually, within the last few weeks anyway. So this is bulk storage for where all our different farms go in. So on this side we've got all our various mob drops like bones, arrows, rotten flesh, gunpowder, which I've got a lot more of now. Oh, I thought I had more than that, but I've still got a full double chest full of gunpowder, which is gonna last a while. String is catching up. Then we've got melons, which I've got quite a few of at the moment by the looks of it. Pumpkins, I've got a fair few pumpkins at least. Sugarcane is filling up like crazy at the moment. And on this side we have iron, because we have a massive iron farm which has been nerfed as of 1.14.3, which is really annoying because not only do I have to build it up again, I have to move all them villagers, which is crazy because there's like 30 of them. So that's going to be annoying, but another project in the works. So I've got two double chests full of iron at the moment, and a few in this one, so that's quite good. And these hoppers are backed up as well. And this is the storage for our slime farm. And do you guys want to know how much slime we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We've got 17 double chests full of slime balls, and a few on the top there. I've had to actually expand this storage to fit another row, which is fun. And then we've got nothing in these chests here at the moment. Basically this is just bulk storage for whatever comes here. This side leads to our super smelter, so we've got stuff that needs smelting in there. So yeah, this is our bulk storage room, which is pretty cool. So if we look up from here, we have our lava tower up there, which I thought was a pretty cool idea, and it looks really cool from up here. But I haven't really got a way up there at the moment, which needs doing. So the only way we can really get up there is by flying. So let's fly up here, and it leads to this place here, which is barren at the moment, but looks really cool from the inside. So yeah, this place needs working on. I built this quite a while back as well, and it's got a hole in it by the looks of it. So yeah, let's look at it from the outside as well, because this is what it looks like from the outside. That lava tower up there is how we get up and down, because it leads right into in there, which I thought was a really cool little design for it. So at the moment it looks like a rocket, but it's not supposed to be a rocket. It's like supposed to be an observatory kind of thing, like full of sciencey stuff. So yeah, that's what we've got. And then I don't really have a decent way of getting up there. There was a hole in here though, so let's use that. And you can see a fair few bits around this base as well, so let's try and get in there. Yay, we got in! Yay! Anyway, so this is our observatory tower, which is barren, but we can put some stuff in here, so I'm not too worried about it at the moment. So this project is probably going to last quite a few more episodes, because I've got loads I want to do for this place. But yeah, so this is the observatory tower, and that's pretty much our whole little base at the moment. So from the inside, doesn't actually look like it's this big, but it is, which is an awesome little thing for our base. So, with that out the way, that's our main structure of the base. Let's go up to this platform here. Whee! Oh, okay. So, this platform is where most of our organic farms are. So we've got 2 sugarcane farms on this side, so one here and one there. This is our melon and pumpkin farm, which has been running pretty much since the start of the season, to be fair. The same with our sugarcane farms as well. And up here is, or it used to just be, a single mob drop farm, but I have actually improved it so that it's a spider and gunpowder farm. So if we go up to the top here, you can see there's quite a bit of redstone on the side, although it's not hard redstone, it's literally linking redstone dust, so anyone can really do this. I do have episodes on how you can build this, so be sure to have a look at them if you're wondering. And then if we can just about get in here, this is our creeper farm, and it unfortunately spawns spiders as well. So we have, go away, so we have our drop chute there full of mobs, and then creepers will spawn here, which is awesome. So let's try and get out of here. Alright, made it out now. So yeah, this is our mob farm, and then we've got loads of other organic farms down here. So let's move over to our brown section now, shall we? Alright, so the brown section holds where our bamboo farm is, and it never used to be a bamboo farm. It used to be an iron farm, believe it or not, from 1.13, but because they nerfed the iron farms going into 1.14, I kind of had to get rid of it. And they've still nerfed the iron farms in 1.14, so I'm going to have to build another iron farm at some point. But yeah, this is our bamboo farm, and as you can see, all the bamboo has actually grown quite a bit now, so we can see this harvest in action. And yeah, so we've got our beautiful slime blocks, flying machines even, that harvests all the bamboo and just leaves one stalk so it can grow. It is kind of laggy in all fairness, not gonna lie. So yeah, so then it harvests all the bamboo and then it goes back, and once it's off, I should probably switch it off, it goes back and just stays there. And then we've got minecarts on the sides that go and pick up all the bamboo, but sometimes they don't want to go for whatever reason. The redstone isn't exactly the best here, I'm not going to lie, but neither is the collection system in all fairness, because it seems to leave quite a lot of bamboo behind in all fairness, so the collection system probably needs rethinking at some point. But I'm not going to do that now, let's put it that way. So yeah, this is our bamboo farm, which is pretty awesome, considering like most of my redstone projects, I don't go for tutorials, I literally just get an idea of how to build things and then do it off how I would probably do it. So I kind of wing it most of the time, and it turned out pretty awesome. So the next place we should probably visit is the red section. So over in the red section, it's quite bare at the moment in all fairness, but we do have a super smelter which has pretty much no fuel in it at the moment. I was using bamboo, but I've used this quite a few times to smelt loads of glass, so yeah, I need to refill this. As you can see, there's literally not much in here. This used to be the chest where everything came into it, but now because I've added water streams on all 4 of these sides, these water streams lead into where our bulk storage is. So if we just follow this area here, any items that fall into these water streams will end up into our bulk storage system via these hoppers. So that's a cool little design I thought was interesting, and it's on all 4 of these sides as well. So yeah, so this is our red section. It's quite bare, but we can do stuff with it. Then we have our blue section, which houses our villager farm at the moment, and I'm not entirely sure if this is working as of 1.14.3. I think it's kind of stopped at the moment, but I don't really need it. Oh, having saying that, they're getting lovey-dovey. Oh, they're getting annoyed as well. Ah, it's not working. Okay, that's cool. Most likely because there's not enough beds here, in all fairness. That's most likely why it's not working. Because there's 4 villagers there. There should only be 2 in here, in all fairness. Oh no, there's 5 villagers in there. So they can't pick up any beds to actually breed. That's the reason why this isn't working. So the villagers that do end up babies will end up down here, where most of them are apparently entity cramming and dying, believe it or not. So yeah, as you can see, the villagers are getting swung back and forth because of how many entities there are. So this needs sorting out at some point. You can just see, oh, that's crazy what they're doing. But yeah, this is like a villager sorting system which I've kind of jerry-rigged together. So what I do is a villager will end up, or shall I say, I put a cart on this rail here, then a villager will eventually end up on it, and then what I do is I switch them out of the minecarts, not minecart, but I move them away so they can't reach the track with this piston. Then I do the old little trick with that you can do with these lecterns to change the villagers' trades, and then you can just pick and choose what trades you want. It just takes a bit of time. But this guy, as you can see, has silk touch. This guy has nothing. So yeah, I haven't really done much with this area at the moment, but that's mainly because I haven't really got any other plans, to be fair with you. But what villagers I do decide to keep though will end up down this track here, and then eventually, if we go all the way down, if I can fly, that is, all the way down here, they eventually reach a villager trading hall, which is kind of being jerry-rigged at the moment as well, because villager trading is still a bit buggy. Although I've got a few villagers in here, some of them have died unfortunately because zombies have got in here, but I've got quite a few decent trades in here. I've got a few mending books. I think this guy's got mending, although he's bugged out, so I can't trade with him. This guy has respiration. This guy has unbreaking for 14. So since the update, he's obviously got more expensive. It used to be 9, believe it or not. This guy has mending for 28. So yeah, it looks like all these guys have literally reset to their base trade by the looks of things, which is kind of annoying. I would like them to be a bit cheaper, but oh well. So yeah, I've got a fair few decent trades here. Looting free, and then I think this guy's got nothing because I can't trade with him, or you for that matter. That's a really annoying bug, isn't it? You have protection 4, protection, projectile protection 4, infinity, stuff like that basically. I don't even think I have a mending villager anymore that works. No. Nope, you don't work. This guy was mending, but yeah, I can't trade with him. So I think this guy's the only mending guy I have, but I can't even trade with him. Damn it! Oh well, that's an annoying bug, but let's leave that be. So this is our villager trading system. So where else to go from here, I wonder? Well, alright, so it's probably a good idea to show you what we've been up to in the Nether now, before we get on to the rest of the base, because there's been quite a bit of work done in the Nether. I haven't got a Nether hub sorted out yet. This is a start on a Nether hub. I've basically just moved everything to the top of the Nether. As you can see, we're quite high up in the Nether. We're at 120, which is as high as you can get because of the bedrock there. So yeah, I've moved all my portals up here, and I'm just going to use this to travel the Nether basically. So let's follow this tunnel here, I think, and then we end up here, which is our end room, I think, or the end portal room. Yep, indeed it is. So that's where our end portal is. We've got a nether tunnel leading up to that. I haven't done anything in the end apart from defeat the dragon, so there's not really any point showing you the end because I think you guys probably know what it looks like. So let's go back and find the other thing we've done in the nether. What I was talking about is just down here, and this is pretty much the only major project we've done in the nether, to be fair with you guys, but it is an awesome project. So we just go down this little tunnel here and we hit some bricks. So if we go this way and then down some ladders, so I'm just going to fall because I've got feather falling, even though that hurt quite a bit. I wasn't expecting it to take that much damage. So I've got a little slit here just in case you wanted to go out. So this is actually a nether fortress, believe it or not. So you guys can probably get a good idea of what I'm talking about, or what's here shall I say. So if we go up here, have to be careful up here. And this is our wither skeleton farm. And it needs a bit of work because we've got a few fires burning. I did switch fire tick off when I was building this because I was getting really annoyed with all these oak leaves getting completely obliterated. So I did in fact take fire tick off. So we've got some stuff in here. As you can see, I've been killing some wither skulls and skeletons and getting all the drops and that. I've also been killing a few little pigmen because they just end up getting in the way. And this is somewhat of a rudimentary pigman farm as well, but it doesn't look like anything's actually spawning up here at the moment. That could be due to the light, or it could be due to just the game not realising I'm here. So yeah, let's go down here and actually get a good look from the outside of what this place looks like, I think. So let's have a little fly around here, if I can fly. Come on, thank you. And this is what it looks like at the moment. So there are a few little blazes spawning here and there. I've started on slabbing the area, but I've still got a lot to do, as you can see. But considering I've slabbed quite a lot of this area, like all over here. Oh, that's gravel. I thought I did that. Then over here, every block needs a slab on it, or a button. So this is going to take a while longer. But I've slabbed all these nether fortresses at least, or that's linking to them. So yeah, this is an ongoing project, but it's a pretty massive project as well. So it's going to take some time, but as you can see, it's a pretty cool little project to do. And I do have other plans for this area, but I should probably get all these slabs done before I can do anything in this area. So yeah, this is the wither skeleton farm, which is kind of, let's get in here, yeah, which is actually spawned some wither skeletons here, so we can actually see how this works. So these daylight sensors keep me up at the height where they can actually see me, because this is a 2-block height, but they're over 2 blocks, so they can see, which is why they're aggro at me at the moment, but they can't attack me through these blocks, which is another aspect of this farm. And then basically I lead them over to here where they meet their death, and if I'm not careful I'm going to get killed by that blaze, but oh well. So yeah, we just basically lead them here and then slash them with our swords, so we hopefully get some wither skulls, but I don't think I got one that time. What's actually attacking? What did they really end up? Oh, that's why. Yeah, I'm missing a block. That's why. Oopsies. Let's put that there then. So yeah, this is our wither skeleton farm. I've got a fair few wither skeleton skulls from this farm, to be fair with you guys. So yeah, so let's leave the nether now and get back to our base. Alright, so we're in our storage system at the moment, just coming through the nether, because our nether portal is actually there. And then we've got one on the other side, over here, which I accidentally destroyed. But yeah, so that's where our nether portals are now. They used to be downstairs. So let's go down here, and we can show you the rest of the base. But Might need to sleep first quickly. So let's just get rid of this weather and... Oh, I can't sleep. Okay, I'm going to wait until the rain dies down and then I'll show you the rest. Alright, so the rain's gone now. I've just had a little sleep as well to pass away the night. And I thought it might be a good idea to mention that this was actually jungle. This whole area here was actually jungle. So I've had to clear out all this area full of trees. As you can see, I've still got a couple of trees here and there, but I think it just adds a little bit of ambience to it if you add a couple of trees there. But I've got plans to terraform this area. So yeah, that took ages to clear this area out, not going to lie. But this is our iron farm, or it used to be our iron farm. It's still spawning golems, but I don't think it's as much as it used to. As you saw there was a golem there, and they just basically end up in this drop chute and die, and then their drops go all the way up to the storage system via that pipe there, and then they end up into the water stream into the storage. So we could probably hopefully see that in action. That iron golem should die very soon, and we should see a bit of iron come up here. And there it is. So we've got some poppies and a bit of iron, so that works still pretty well, which is awesome. I'm actually surprised some of this stuff still works, because Minecraft is one of them games where things tend to break easily for whatever reason. So that's our iron farm. It needs a bit of work now due to the recent update. So you've probably seen other bits around our base. So let's have a look at what we've got. So here we have our animal farm on the top, which is spawned some ocelots because of the grass, I'm assuming. We've got a couple of horse skeletons here as well, which is awesome to see because they're really quite rare to find and they don't spawn very often. We've got, I think we should have a couple of sheep up here, but apparently not. Yep, we do. We have a couple of sheep up here. We have a couple of llamas. I did have a load of cows up here as well. In the last episode I did a time lapse where I killed them all, and yeah, I killed all of them. I was meant to keep a couple, but yeah, so this is where all our livestock goes. Then if we go down, we have some beetroot and some wheat and apparently a random llama here for some reason. Don't ask me how he's got there, but he has. Apparently I've still got a bit of replanting to do here as well by the looks of things. So that's what would you call it, the second level. Then if we go down here, this is our wheat level, which I've been harvesting. Probably should replant this at some point. So then we go down again and we have loads of carrots, which are actually grown now. I've literally only harvested this like a couple of hours ago and they're all grown. Then we've got some potatoes and some sweet berries over there. And this is our farm section over here. It's manual obviously, but we could build a villager farm now because they work now. So yeah, so this is pretty cool little design, I think. I quite like it, but it could probably be improved. For example, I could have chose a better location because of that, but I'm not too worried about it. Then we still got some work to do on the bottom here. I still haven't figured out what to do here, but we could put something down here. I'm just like randomly using this as a unlegitimate storage system by the looks of things. So yeah, that needs clearing out, and then we need to do some stuff down here. But yeah, so then if we go round here, we've got our bridges that we done quite recently actually. I quite like these bridges. They add a bit of flair and ambience to the build, I think. So we've got all these bridges linking all these different platforms, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so let's go through here again. Then, oh, if I can actually land, that is. So let's hit my head and go through the tunnel. So we hit our rocket platform here. So this is our rocket launch station. So we've got a rocket, as you can see and probably noticed earlier on in this episode. So I quite like this rocket, and it's my first rocket I've actually made in Minecraft. So it's not too bad for my first rocket build, let's put it that way. Obviously it could probably be better, but I'm not worried about that in all fairness. So yeah, but the special thing about this rocket is not just that it's got platforms like a satellite dish and a radio tower down there that you can just about see. Okay, you can see it better now. So this is our radio tower, then that white quartz is our satellite dish, but we've also got an entrance to this rocket which is actually decorated. So yeah, so the idea for this rocket is that the top is for the launching of the rocket, so everyone who's stationed in the rocket go up to the top for launch. Then if we go down here, we have our sleeping quarters, so they can actually sleep. Then we have, if we go down again, we have a quite large living space, which I think looks really awesome, full of quartz of course, because it's one of my favourite blocks. So yeah, the whole thing is pretty much quartz in all fairness. Then if we go down again, we have our engine room. And I quite like this design. It's not just an engine, but we've got computers as well on the sides, just to add a little detail to the build. And yeah, I'm really happy how this turned out. So yeah, so let's go up and exit this rocket, because we've got other stuff to show. So the next platform is over here, which is our UFO platform. So these are like spacecraft / UFOs, which add a bit of movement to the base, because there isn't really anything. You couldn't really say that's moving, so I thought, why not add a few UFOs? Because we've got our rocket, we need other flying vehicles around, so these things. So I built these things, and there's two on here, but if we fly up here, there's also another one here, which I decided to have a trail over, which I think turned out really awesome. So there are 3 UFO rockets. So if we go to our UFO landing pad again and enter one of these water bubbles, I think it's the other one, this one, because we got, yep, we want to go down. We have our UFO repair station down here. So we've got a way to go up and down via these water elevators. And then we've got a UFO being repaired by robots, and I didn't put these robots here. These guys just like keep appearing. It's not just here, it's the rocket station as well, which I actually forgot. So this is our UFO repair station downstairs. Let's just have a quick little look again. So we've got our like work tool station around this side, and then on the other side is where they actually get repaired. So we've got a repair landing pad for them, and then we've got a UFO being repaired up here. And the cool little detail on this UFO, you couldn't see it from down below, but it's actually got half of its top missing. So it's being so it's got half its top missing, which means that it's actively being repaired, which I think is a cool little detail for this place here. We built this quite recently as well, in all fairness. So that's our UFO landing station and repair station. Let's just bring you on back to our rocket station quickly, because I forgot that we actually have something down here as well. And this is our rocket control center with yet other robots keeping guard of who is coming in and out. Apparently they don't mind me, but I've seen them attack other things, believe it or not, like skeletons and zombies that try to get in here. Then we have our control switches over here, and just random bits and bobs to make it look like it might be an active place. So that's what's going on with our rocket control system. Then we've got one more little structure. I say little, this structure here. So let's go into here. We recently built this in our last episode, so it's literally only a building, but I really am happy at how this glass dome came out. I mean, it's the first I've ever built a glass dome like this, and it took absolutely ages to build, but the payoff is well worth it. So we've basically just got a purple glass dome over us here at the moment, but I do actually plan to build a library in here, hence why I've got loads of bookshelves in that box there and loads of other random assortments of items in here which we could use. I just used the glass to build this. So that is what's going on with this place here. So this is pretty much my base in a nutshell, but there are a few other little things that I would like to show you. So one of them is this desert on the right hand side, but I think it's probably a good idea to have a little sleep first. Alright, so I've just had a little sleep, and one of the things I would like to show you is this desert over here, which I've been using to mine all my sand, if you can notice by the big patches of just sandstone that are here. So this used to just be a desert, but I kind of obliterated it at the moment, and it kind of goes with the theme of our base anyway, so I'm not too bothered about it. Plus it's a really easy way to get sand and I don't have to travel as far. So yeah, but it's not all, because there was a village in here which I got my villagers from. So it wasn't really hard to actually get villagers for this season. As you can see, this is the old 1.13 villages. It's not the new one, which is a pretty cool little, like, historical thing, I would say, in this world. So I'm going to try and keep this village as it is, probably build it up and secure it so it's like a time capsule kind of thing. But I haven't really done much else to this desert. There used to be a villager breeder over in this corner here, but I kind of got rid of it because I was originally planning to have all the villagers underneath my base, but then they ended up dying because of zombies and stuff like that. So I rethought that plan, and I've still not really got a good place to put villagers where they're safe and secure. As you could see, as you saw over there where my villager trading hall is, some of them keep dying, and I think this is where they ended up going down, but I couldn't be 100% sure because I blocked it up now by the looks of things. Oh no, it was down here. Here it is. So this is where I used to put the villagers, or I was planning on putting villagers down here, but then a zombie spawned and ended up killing them all. So if we go down here, this is where our slime farm is, and slime are just getting everywhere at the moment because this is a slime chunk. So let's get rid of these guys. I need to actually do something about that before next episode, I think, because it's affecting the rates of my actual slime farm otherwise, believe it or not, because of the distance. But it might be a good idea to actually put a slime farm here. Not entirely sure, but let's just leave them be for now. They should despawn soon enough. So yeah, we've already seen this place. This is our beacon mine. So let's go back up, and there's one other place that you guys might know about that has really blown up my channel. So let's go to this place, shall we? Alright, so I thought I'd actually fly to the last place on our list, just to give you a sense of distance and direction. So if we just fly straight out over this ocean, it's really not too far. I mean, it takes a couple of rockets, but that's about it. So we're pretty much almost there now. I'm using these little islands as a landmark, basically. So if we just fly past these islands here, we'll come to a massive hole in the ocean. And you guys probably know what this is, don't you? Yes, it is my guardian farm, which has been absolutely pumping out the guardians, not to mention giving me all the XP I could possibly need. So I haven't really done much building around this area, because I really only come here to get prismarine and sea lanterns and also XP. But this took absolutely ages to drain out. You can just see how much water needed draining out just by looking at the borders of the sand, And some people go absolutely crazy and actually do a complete border around it, which is still on the tables, I guess. It's possible, but very unlikely for me to do it at this present time. Our main structure for this is the actual Guardian farm. So this is where the Guardians spawn. As you see, they just basically spawn, go down the water, and then end up in this drop chute here. And then on the bottom we have some lava sources down there, which injure them enough to just one hit kill them with your sword. So if we go down here, it's still a bit of a jerry-rigged situation down here, in all fairness. So if we move over to this side, and then we come into a load of redstone. So we've got a storage system here with storage to store all our various items, and we've also got, believe it or not, a spider farm as well, cave spider farm in there. So that's a cave spider spawner, which is literally right next to our Guardian farm killing station. So if we go around here, we've got our Guardian farm killing station here, so we can kill all the Guardians and get all the XP we possibly could need this way. But I've also rigged it so that if we press this button, all the water gets dispensed and they end up dying. So we could just stand AFK here and get all the drops if we really wanted to. So it works as both an XP and a prismarine farm. Although you get the prismarine anyway, you could just stand here and get not just prismarine, but also all this string as well, which is quite a lot considering I haven't really been AFK at this string farm for that long. And then all the drops end up in these chests here, which I've got quite a lot of prismarine. As you can see, I've got a fair few double shulker box, keep saying shulker boxes, double chests full of prismarine, and I've got a fair few prismarine crystals as well, because my base is taking up quite a lot of sea lanterns. So yeah, as you can see, all our storage is just here. This is when there was a bug where any animal that died would just drop their cooked variant. So I've got a load of cooked fish in here, and on this side I've got loads of raw fish now because that bug's been fixed. So I need to swap this storage for raw cod, I think, and then this is just a bulk storage full of any other random items that actually drop. So Guardian heads, for example, because I've got a resource pack that actually gives you the heads for the mob drops, apart from the normal mobs, which is skeletons and zombies and creepers. So yeah, this is our awesome little Guardian farm. So let's actually switch that off because that sound really does get on my nerves. And that, I think, is pretty much everything in this world at the moment. I can't really think of anything I've missed out. So yeah, so let's go back to our base and we can end off this world tour. Alright, so I thought I'd finish off this world tour by giving you an aerial view of the base. So we're just about flying into it now, and this is what it's looking like. So it's a really cool little design, I think. I mean, it does look futuristic to me, but you guys might think otherwise. So yeah, what do you guys think about this base? I mean, it's taken quite a while. I've put quite a lot of effort into this. So I hope you guys appreciate what I'm doing here, and obviously there's a lot more to come, so keep liking and subscribing to this channel because there will be a lot more to do. So the next episode we are going to be finishing off this library that we done last episode, but unfortunately I am going to be leaving it there. So thank you very much for watching. My name is MightyHigh. If you like this video, then please click the like button, and if you really liked it, then click the subscribe button and ding that bell for further uploads. I've been MightyHigh, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye!